recording. Good to see you, William. It's been a minute. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so final exam, it is open and available to take. You have until Sunday at 11:59 p.m. to turn it in, just like any other assignment. I'm not allowed to take late submissions except in cases of like pretty extreme documented emergency, so I wouldn't wait until like, Sunday at 11:30 or whatever to try to do it, because that's just asking for trouble, right? So there is in Blackboard, in course content, right? This is our weekly folders. Down here where it says exam study guides, there is one for the final that talks about everything that's going to be covered and also the format. So it looks like this. It is going to be 40 multiple choice and true-false questions. Each one is worth 2 points, and there's going to be one long answer multi-paragraph response. So I'm not going to go through, we just don't really have time to go through, question by question like we've done with some of the other tests, because this is a longer test. However, I will say that there, not to give too much away, but there's a lot of repetition in the questions asked and the questions on the tests you've already taken. So where I'm going with that is that one good way to study might be to go back and look at the tests that you've already taken and look at the ones that you may have missed, look at the questions, look at the answers, all that. That is what I would recommend. So the terms, from the terms test, there's some questions about that. There's some questions about academic writing and tone. There's some questions about, like, one of them is it gives you a picture and it asks you what rhetorical appeal is being used: appeal to trust, appeal to emotion, or appeal to facts and logic. There's a few questions about logical fallacy. So again, a lot of repetition from what you've already had. And also the documentation test as well. A lot of repetition from that. So is it all the same questions from those tests? No, but it's a lot of the same. So having looked at it, I don't think it's anything that's gonna throw you guys, because you've all done really well on the other tests. So what I will do, though, what I am going to do today to reward you for being here, is there is one long answer multi-paragraph response question, and I am going to show you that. And you can, if you want to, I wouldn't know if you screenshotted it right now and had it to look at later, or if you came back to this recording later and paused it to formulate a response before you sat down to take the test. I am going to set up HonorLock so that you have you can use notes and use your handbook. So if you happen to take any notes in preparation for this question, you are welcome to use them. So the question is, this right here is called Love and Other Catastrophes, a mixtape by Amanda Brown. I don't know if do people y'all's age still make mixtapes? Like, I'm curious to know. Mixtapes? Do you even know what a mixtape is? Never made one? Alyssa, are you familiar with the concept of a mixtape? So, like, okay, back in the day, it made one either. It makes me sad. Like, back in the day, okay, when I was y'all's age, and a little older, this was like the way to express your feelings to someone. There was a lot of reading into, like, you'd make mistakes for friends. We do it on CDs. Though I did have one guy I dated who would make actual tapes, and his mixtapes were like considered, the pinnacle of mixtape. It was a huge deal to get a mixtape from him. So I still have a few of them, actually. I haven't listened to them in a long time because I don't have a tape player in my car. But so back in the day, if you liked someone, or you were just starting to date someone, and they made you a mixtape, like, you would absolutely, like, when my husband and I first started dating, well over a decade ago. He made me a mix CD and I made him a mix CD, and there was like a lot of symbolism, I guess you could say, in it. That's how people used to communicate, subtly and symbolically. So this is called Love and Other Catastrophes, a mixtape by Amanda Brown. Should this be considered a short story? That's the question that you were being asked. I didn't mean to cross it out. I meant to underline it. Write a clear, concise argument supporting that belief. So if you're saying yes, it is, what's your argument for that? If you're saying no, it's not, what's your argument for that? Consider any of the following literary elements to help you defend your position: theme, tone, imagery, setting, plot, point of view, structure and form, or another literary element of your choice. Support your points with textual evidence and creative discussion. Also, make sure you apply any applicable writing fundamentals we have studied this semester. How long should it be? So I didn't make this question. I'd never even seen this, this particular whatever this is before, but I like it as a question. There is no right length for this response, but it is worth like exactly a fifth of the grade for the test. So it deserves a response that is clear, thoughtful, developed, and well supported. This will most likely require multiple paragraphs. Do not rush through your answer simply to be finished, even though it's at the very end of the test and you're going to want to rush probably just to be done. Make sure you leave yourself time to proofread carefully, satisfy the response. Speaking of time, you get 90 minutes for the test, so the 40 multiple choice questions and then this one, but I'm showing this to you now so that you can prepare your thoughts ahead of time if you wish, or you can wing it. That's your call. I wouldn't want to do that, but that's just not how I roll. You'll have this if you want to prepare. And then if you do have accommodations through the Student Disability Services, just send me a gentle email reminder to make sure that I set up the test to give you additional time, the time and a half. I would not recommend taking the test at the Student Disability Services. I don't know why you would, because y'all are high school students here, but Honor Lock tends to get weirded out by that. So the Honor Lock settings, though, like I said, allow open notes and open book. So take that for what you will. And you can take bathroom breaks and stuff too. And if you get booted out of the test, you can re-enter. Just be aware that the timer is still running while you're out of the test. So make sure you take it somewhere with a fairly reliable internet connection. Okay, so go back and review your old tests. Yes, you can. Yeah. I will double check and make sure those settings are applied, but yes, I will let you use any notes and I will let you use your handbook. But again, it's a lot of repeat from questions you've already been asked on other tests. So if I were in your position, I would be going back and looking at those pretty carefully, in addition to formulating some thoughts on this question before sitting down to write them out during the timed test. That is how I would prepare. Any other questions? That's all I got for you. Thanks for coming. All right, y'all got this. I'm totally confident you can do well. You've done well on all the other tests. You've all done really well this semester. Very impressive work overall. So good job. And yeah, thanks for a good semester. Take care, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. The recording will be available shortly. Bye-bye.